Hello everyone, welcome back to Butschern. I figured we would get started, not waste any time here. We are just about ready to wrap up August. Seems kind of weird to say that because we've had several episodes in Butschern and it's only been one day on the farm. But you know what? I guess a month, right? To be fair. But I thought we'd get the liming done ourselves. I have a feeling we're going to be using again another at least trailer full, probably 2 trailer fulls of lime on this field. You can see how we're already halfway through. Deal. I hope everybody's doing well and had a good week. It's Friday, very nice. Pretty much everybody's favorite day of the week, usually, I would say. Look at that. Yeah, this is going to be quite a bit. We may actually, we'll get her knocked out. No biggie. We do have some little bit of baling grass to finish up over at the farm, and yeah, I think what we'll probably do is just get. I didn't set myself up for success here very well, did I? Feel like feel a little bit like my steering wheel isn't quite normal. I don't know how to put it. It just feels a little looser than normal. But we will battle through. We'll battle through that. No biggie. Let's get that raised and that one raised. Go back and disconnect. Get filled up here once again. Going through a lot of lime. Lots and lots and lots of lime here initially on the fields. Oh man, if I can turn in the right direction. There we go. So I don't know if you all had a chance to check out Kubota Farms yesterday, Thursday morning. Had a really good time playing with the self-propelled, self-propelled baler from Vermeer. Love that thing. It's going to be kind of weird going back to a standard pull-behind baler here on Butschern for sure. I tell you, you're spoiled, right? When you drive that self-propelled baler, you realize how nice it is. Maybe not everybody feels the same way. I guess I kind of like it so much, but then I think, you know what, there's probably a lot of players out there who don't really even care for it, that prefer the pull behind balers, or just like square baling, you know, so much that they don't want to deal with the any kind of round baler, whether it be pull behind, self-propelled, or whatever it might be. I totally get that, respect that. We'll get a little bit more lime in here. I think we have... There we go. We got her filled up now. Filled up. Let's close that cover, make sure none falls out. Yeah, so got a suggestion about my stuttering to reinstall the game on a different drive, I believe, and I was looking into some things. The stutter, it's weird. It's not a, and maybe I'm just being too picky. Maybe I'm being too critical, but it's not a stutter, a drastic stutter by any means. For the most part, the game runs fairly smooth. Where I notice it mostly is in cab, and it's just like an occasional glitch, I guess you would say, or little stutter just when moving around the camera in cab. And for the life of me, I just can't figure out why there's just that one little thing. It's not a huge thing. It's just enough to notice it, and you know, when something like that happens, it just kind of bothers you a little bit. Like you can see it. It's like it's like if you I don't know if you've ever experienced this before, but it's like if you paint maybe your bedroom, or you know, or something in your apartment or your house, and when you're done painting, you know that there's this spot on the wall, you know, where maybe the drywall wasn't very good, or you know, there's this place where maybe there was a poster that was hung with a thumbtack or something, and that little hole looks like the Grand Canyon to you because you see it every time you look at your nice new paint job, right? But your friends come over and say, "Oh, you know, love the color. Looks great. You did a great job painting that." And you say, "Well, you don't see that thumbtack hole or that spot on the wall where, you know, somebody patched the drywall?" "No, I didn't see that at all. I was just looking at the wall and how nice you did painting it." I think it's a little bit like that. I think it's similar to something like that, where now that I know about the stutter, it's just gonna, yeah, it's gonna be there. But anyways, not to focus on that, we just ran out of lime. In fact, we ran out of our trailer full of lime as well. And I don't even know if another trailer load is going to finish this thing. It's so much lime, it's crazy. But I think once we get that initial application done, we'll be in better shape. Probably going to do a gonna have another recording this weekend. I'm not sure if it'll be Butschern or the Kubota farm or both. I'm also starting to look at a third map, and you know, possibly doing something with that. Maybe not make it super like a regular type of series, but just throwing some fun farm stuff, farm work on there. Maybe doing some things that, you know, maybe regular role play or play along stuff you wouldn't do. It's more it'd be more like, I don't know, odds and ends jobs that are kind of a little more unique, stuff like that. I don't know how to describe it. I got a couple ideas for that I think might be kind of fun to do, and on different situations, different farms, and different things like that, just to keep, you know, a little bit of fresh content, so you're not seeing the same farms all the time and the same stuff all the time. Is kind of what I'm thinking. So we will get back into our homestead, load up with lime, and continue to lime. The good news is, once this field is done with lime, we won't have to worry about applying so much of it for a while. It'll be caught up, and hopefully we can... Whoops, are you kidding me? That's not at all what I wanted to do. Let's see here. Where's my cover? I'm losing my mind. There we go. All right. And lime it up. Thank you. And lime up, please. Thank you very much. Boy, that thing fills up. Thank you. Appreciate that. Cover. No cover? Z? Yeah, there it is. Alright. And we could just leave them up in the air. Won't have to worry about dropping our containers. Yes, I know, Bales. We are going to be coming back for you soon enough to get you finally finished off, I promise. Some deer in the field. I think trying to find something to eat, maybe get a little late night snack. Or actually for them, I guess deer like to run at night, so maybe it's breakfast time for them. I'd say I live someplace where you kind of have to watch out for deer, especially in the fall when you're driving on the roads and stuff. And it's not uncommon at all to hear of, you know, several deer strikes, cars hitting deers in the fall around here. And I remember when I first started driving in an area where there was there's a heavy deer population. Somebody had given me some advice and said, if you see one deer, you know, don't, you know, there's going to be more. So don't just say, oh, there, a deer across the road, I'm good to go, and basically, you know, plan on gunning it or not having to, you know, keep an eye open. And I'll tell you, that was some of the best advice I got for driving where there's quite a bit of deer, because it is, every time I have seen a deer heading through the road, crossing the road, just on the side of the road, there's another one and another one. And I can think of at least twice that had I not thought of that advice, probably would have found myself smacking a deer, because there was a second one that was coming along, and I'm not sure I would have been prepared for it, you know, because you're so focused on the one that you missed or the one that you braked good enough for and avoided, that that second one is the one that's going to bite you. So yeah, there's some advice for you if you drive where there's deer. And I'll tell you, if you drive where there's deer, I think you're probably shaking your head going, yep, that is fact. Where there's one, there's multiples. So the Platinum Edition is coming out here, what, in November. And they showed some, Giants showed some, I guess, some additional game footage, right, of the Platinum Edition. And I'm excited for it. I have nothing negative to say about it, other than, you know, the only thing I think that's gonna probably be a little bit iffy for some people is it does seem to be centered around logging. And I think I don't know what the player base is in Farming Simulator, as I yap here and not pay attention to what I'm doing. I don't know what the player base is in Farming Simulator that does logging. But this clearly is a very logging centric map and equipment packs, and I'm sure there's going to be some other, you know, equipment that's not logging based. But that being said, I do really like the looks of that Volvo tractor. I really like the looks of that Volvo Semi, that old school Volvo Semi. I'm not sure how American it really is. I was told that Semi actually was pretty popular in the Pacific Northwest. So yeah, maybe it was. I look at that Volvo Semi, and of course, I think European. It's a cab over. It's an old Volvo cab over semi. So, but I still love the way it looks, and I'm excited about um, the drag line. I think that is going to be a really cool thing to have in the game, and I think modders are going to pay attention to that and maybe do some other cool things with that. So I think that has a lot of potential, for sure. I thought it was interesting how much they focused, at least I thought they kind of had the dog in it quite a bit, which I thought was kind of interesting. They really showed the dog following and chasing after, I think it was chasing after the tractor or the truck or something, and they showed the dog swimming, which of course, we all know that's kind of unique. That's something new because right now, little Rex is not a swimmer. So I thought that was kind of cool. I'm trying to think of what else was in that video. I think just overall, I think it's going to be interesting. I think that they're not showing off everything. I think there's probably some more stuff that, that we haven't seen. So it'll be curious to see either what additional fact sheets they come out with or videos that they come out with that, oh man, I just soaked down the Massey with some lime. So yeah, I'm curious to see what else early news we get about the platinum pack. I think it'll be kind of cool. Are you all getting it? I'm definitely going to get it. I don't know that it's really even kind of an option for me not to get it. I want it for content, of course, for the channel. Ooh, sorry about that. That was not nice of me. But also, it looks good. And who knows? I might, are you going to be that picky, really? You are kind of bent over to the side, aren't you? Look at you. What are you doing? What are you doing? Let's go over. Let's make life a little easier for ourselves, shall we? There we go. Well, we almost made it with 2 trailers, didn't we? Pretty darn close. I don't think we're going to have this issue with seed. I think with precision farming, I think our seed quantities are going to be pretty manageable, even with the small seeder. I don't think we're going to have too many. Ooh, there you go. There's a couple deer right there we almost whacked. So I think this trailer is primarily going to be handy for lime and maybe fertilizer too, possibly, because we are going to do some fertilizing. Excuse me. There's also a mod that came out today. I was really thankful that this came out because it didn't make any sense to me. So in the game, after you plant potatoes or I think cotton, sunflowers, sugar beets, the game wants you to roll a field, and that's just not right. It's not realistic at all. You don't roll potatoes after you plant them. And there was a mod that came out today that was, I forget what it's called. It's like, oh boy, I can't even remember the name of it. But basically, it turns off the need for rolling after planting, like potatoes and sugar beets, cotton, sunflowers. And I thought, yeah, that's nice. That's pretty cool. And I kind of wish Giants would just have made that way from the get-go. because that's realistic, right? At least from what I've been told, you don't roll after you plant some of those crops. It's just not typical. So that's when modders come into play and either add things to the game that we feel like are missing, or they correct little things that that we want corrected. Let's see, I want to close that cover. I want to close that cover. And sun is going down. It is starting to get a little dark here. So the one thing I have noticed is I think I went out to Giants Forum last night after recording Kubota Farms, and I was doing a little digging around to see, whoops, that is not our turn, to see if anybody else was experiencing issues with the Vermeer self-propelled baler, like I was experiencing, where it was going in forward and reverse without hitting the gas. It was just, I would turn my steering wheel to the left and it would reverse on me, that kind of thing. And sure enough, it does seem to be a shared experience, we'll say. A new feature, as we call in IT. When something is broken, we tend to call it an additional feature. And so yeah, I have a feeling Giants is, if they're not now, they certainly will be aware of it. There were several posts out there, people talking about how they were having the same issue. Some of them it was with a wheel. Some of them it was with a game controller. Some of them even, which kind of makes sense, they said they were experiencing with joysticks as well, which I think kind of makes sense too. So I'm certain Giants will see that and figure something out to get that corrected, if it's possible to correct it. It's a little bothersome, but I kind of have gotten used to it after what are you doing, buddy? What are you doing? There you go. I've kind of gotten used to it after playing with it for a while. You just have to be kind of careful with it when you stop, that your wheel is straight. Otherwise, you go into instant reverse or forward mode. It's like the gas is stuck, the gas pedal's stuck or something on it. Well, let's clip this little corner, and not to be too uptight, I saw a little corner that I missed over yonder here, and you know what? We went through the effort of making 3 trips, I think, 3 trips back and forth to the farm to get lime. We might as well get it all covered. Because this little corner right here, yay! That's the corner that was gonna bug me. Somehow we managed to get the liming done in this field. Isn't that crazy? That's a lot of lime. It feels like a lot of lime, but I think we're just dealing with a spreader that doesn't hold a whole lot. But it's still a pretty considerable amount of lime to get these things up to snuff. But what's nice is we are officially done with liming season. I'm going to call it liming season is done. And we can move on to kicking the cultivator down on this field. I think it's about 20 to 7 p.m. in game. I think we are probably going to call this episode good. The sun is going down quickly. We might get a little more work done, like maybe finish the grass bales over back at the farm before we pack it in for the night. Our farmer has to sleep at some point, right? So maybe that's what we'll do. Next episode of Butschern, we can kick off, we can finish up the grass baling real quick and move on to September and a new day on the farm. Thanks again, everyone, for joining me on another episode of Butschern. And yes, I just noticed I forgot to turn the timer on again, which I completely told myself I was going to do. So I will add whatever time this video was onto, so that'll make us probably after 7 easily. It'll probably be about quarter after 7 here. So yeah, anyways, thanks for joining me again, putting up with me. Really appreciate all the comments, feedback that you all have, and take care of yourselves. Have an amazing Friday, and I will see you this weekend with some other content for sure, one way or the other. Take care of yourselves and each other. God bless. See ya.